technically been in front of like 20, 30,000. You know Afrojack? Yeah, I was on stage with him in Singapore. Some chick goes, "This track is fucking shit." I mean, I had a video the other day of Patrick Mason.
Dancing to it. Yeah, with someone.
Stella.
Second drop as well, especially for Can't Be Stopped.
I literally just copied and pasted it from one project to Can't Be Stopped.
Right.
Yeah, it was from years before. Before that, I sort of viewed techno as like one long drum loop where you take out elements and things and then you build it up, and then I still want my music to be actual songs where I can press play and it's not, a 3-minute drum loop. See myself having actual songs with that, because like, how do I show like my nan?
Yeah.
just a kick drum and a hat kind of thing.
What's your reaction going to be?
Yeah. Banger. And then everyone's like, "You have to finish this one." I was like, wow, this is going to be like, this could be big, this song.
Yeah, well, it is.
Thanks, man. Yeah. And then I just finished it off. Couldn't come up with a breakdown for it, so I just copied and pasted it from an old project. So
the song that never actually nearly happened fully, like even the breakdown of it was even meant to be in that song.
All right, I'm gonna take over this intro right now because old mate, he's struggling with his intros. He's trying really hard for you lot, but we'll get there in the end. Yeah,
okay. Well, that can be the intro. Let's go.
Yeah, that'll be the intro. So you are Ephesian? No, that's me.
I'm Nikita, and this is Efesian. Welcome back to Behind the Tune. We struggled with the intro at first, so Efesian decided to take over. Probably should be taking the reins in the future.
Grouse Techno, good tunes, good times, good beers, good company.
Cheers.
Hey. So how are we today? Wait, I'm not the interviewer.
I'm meant to be asking that. Yeah. How are you?
Good, man. Good to be here.
Yes.
Took me a solid hour to get into the city today.
Yeah. Why'd it stop? Why'd the train stop?
Don't know. Luckily, my line was the only one open, so happy with that.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of time, so it's okay. It was cool. 5 minutes. The conversation is usually an hour, but it's all right. We can make them 58 minutes now because you're a bit late.
Yeah, cool.
So I want to start off with, obviously, you used to be Efesian.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're Efesian.
Yeah, unofficially. So OGs, you can call me Efesian, but going forward, it's Ephesian. My mate, one of my mates is a teacher, and he warned me with this project. No one's going to pronounce it right. But wherever I go, like, people are pronouncing it Ephesian, and grammatically it makes more sense as well, so may as well. I'm just going with the flow, so it's a made-up word, like, whatever. Yeah,
because I remember when I first saw your Instagram and emailed you, I was under the assumption it was Ephesian. Yeah. But then I saw an Instagram video of you call yourself Efesian, and I was like, oh shit, which one's the right one? But now, confirmed Efesian. Where'd you get that?
So my last name is Ether.
Right. It's a sick last name.
Thanks, man. And my mates call me Ether with an F.
Right.
But then, so I was just going to call the project Ether, but there's a million Ethers on Spotify. So I was like, I'll just make up my own word. And then when I was like thinking of names and stuff, I was a bit jealous of like metal bands and stuff with like Genesis and Testament and stuff. Like, they're all biblical names. But and I was like, oh, what's not taken? Then I saw Book of Ephesians, and I was like, all right, I'll change the spelling. Ether, Ephesian,
biblical.
Ephesian now though. But
do you know the meaning behind that?
No.
That book? No, you just saw it.
No, I'm not. Christian or anything like that. Just sounds badass.
Yeah.
And there's only one Ephesian on Spotify, so.
And that's you?
Yeah.
Someone else maybe.
Yeah.
So okay, so you just said when you did the intro, you called is it grouse techno?
Yeah.
Is that I've never heard of that term. Is that something that you've come up with?
Yeah, because I always say things are grouse, and that, particularly with like mates and stuff, I used to always say grouse as fuck. I was like trying to get that started. Didn't kick off though, but I just wanted a name for it really. And it's funny because like in Australia it means like good, but in America it means like turkey or something.
Oh, like the animal?
Yeah. So people like send me like after a DM or something, like I'll send like a beer emoji, and they'll send me back a turkey. And I was like, for a while I was like, why do they keep sending me
like
turkeys?
Americans or Australians?
Americans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
And they because they've or it's like someone that has like Googled, like they're from France or something and they don't really speak English, and they Google what grouse means, and like the first thing that comes up is turkey or whatever to do with turkeys, and yeah, so I keep getting turkey, and like it's funny because like what's going through their mind, they're like turkey techno, yeah, but they go with the flow, you know.
Yeah. So maybe as a future song release name, Turkey.
Yeah, just to fuck things up. Yeah.
How'd you sort of get into music? I always ask that question.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get into music, and then how did you get into like techno?
Like
were you always in music, or did you
Yeah.
sort of recently like?
Yeah, so like just like growing up, there was always music in the house, particularly from my uncle. He played guitar, and I just idolized that. And then my granddad played a bit of guitar, and my dad loves music. Mum's loves it. It's just music everywhere. So, and on my 12th birthday, I got a guitar, and never put it down really. And then outside of school, I just I didn't want to be in a band anymore.
Mm-hmm. Were you in a band?
Yeah, I was in like a
Like a high
couple
school
bit,
band?
yeah, just some throw around stuff, and I still wanted to do music somehow, and sort of just discovered dance music and that, and the thing with dance music though is like a lot of it I find is really disposable. So like, you get through genres so quickly. Like, you know, for a while I loved trap so much. I loved you know, fidget house so much, but the one true thing that's always stayed under that is techno for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like in American Pie, like the band chick. It was her all along, you know. That's techno. Techno's the band chick. But,
okay.
And here I am. Yeah. So.
Do you remember your first interaction with techno? Like, was it a rave, or was it just like a song you heard on the radio or something like that? Good
question. I'm not sure. Okay, so like when I was going out and I really wanted to hear like fidget house and all this stuff, if I found myself in a dark room with techno, I just bloody loved it, because all it was a kick drum though.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, like, you know, kick drum and a hi-hat kind of thing. And at the time, I sort of didn't see myself having actual songs with that, because like, how do I show like my nan just a kick drum and a hat kind of thing?
What's her reaction going to be?
Yeah, banger. But yeah, once a bit more melody sort of came into it for me, I was like, yeah, this is the shit. And now it's just turning into something else, like the stuff I'm making now. It's technically techno, but it's not traditional techno. If that makes sense.
How would you describe your music to yourself and then to people listening? Grouse.
Yeah, grouse. Yeah. No, I'd say like,
there's a bit of hard groove in there.
It's hard groove, but it's with a technically there's no groove though, because there's no bass line. It's still a techno rumble.
Yeah, okay.
Which I'm pretty adamant about. I still want to like, that's the furthest away from techno I'll be, but I've still got my foot in the door of techno with like techno kick drum rumbles and stuff. I don't really like, I love like bass lines and things, and I do play hard groove with like DJing like with bass lines. It's just bass lines are where like house music meets you know, techno in the hard groove. Like, it's sort of like they're high-fiving, you know. But I want to be on the techno side. So adamant about like the techno rumbles. And
so you've sort of got a very unique style in that sense.
Yeah, I feel like that a little bit. It's basically hard groove, but with no groove.
So it's hard.
Yeah. And I also like song structure as well. Like, so who turned me on to that was by far FJAAK. So FJAAK, when they were releasing all those bloody tunes in like 2020, 2021, they were releasing tunes with like actual like, you know, soft progressions, and then it goes into the drop and all of that. Whereas before all that, I sort of viewed techno as like one long drum loop where you take out elements and things and then you build it up. And then, so yeah, I still want my music to be actual songs where I can press play and it's not, you know, a 3-minute drum loop. And that's no shade at anyone that does that. That's just, I guess that's just my art. Like, that's just what I want to do. Yeah,
because I've noticed listening to some of your songs, especially your more recent releases, the bridge, I think, it's very like, it goes down a lot.
Yeah.
And sort of like very like melodic and a bit groovy, a bit like wavy, and then it sort of comes back up.
Yeah,
That's something that
FJAAK for that inspiration.
Yeah, okay. Because I've noticed that in your last few releases that's sort of like a bit of a style you're.
Yeah, I really like that
implementing.
because when during my sets, like it's just non-stop, and then once it settles down, as long as the drop finishes naturally, where they're not surprised that it finishes, it's pretty good because like they sort of calm down a bit for a second, they sort of space out a little bit. And then when it builds back up again, the reaction of the second drop's always awesome. Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah, I think space is like a good vibe, like a good description for like what you sort of do with those tracks. Yeah, second drop as well, especially for Can't Be Stopped. That second drop is like.
Oh yes. I was really lucky with that one because I had that breakdown years. I literally just copied and pasted it from one project to Can't Be Stopped.
Right.
Yeah, it was from years before. Like I made it like 2 years before. And because I had heard that breakdown a million times, I was like, this is a bit shit and stuff. But I had to remind myself, like, no one else has heard it, you know? And it just fits so well with the vocal. And yeah. I also had that vocal for like 2 years as well.
Oh, the Can't Be Stopped vocal. What is that sample? Like who's I'm assuming it's a rap song?
Yeah, Ultramagnetic MC's Pop a Large. Okay. It's actually the same a cappella as Hide the Funk. Hide the Funk.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like the same voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like when you go through the vocal, you're like, oh god damn, someone's used this bit, and I can't believe Can't Be Stopped at all hasn't been used. It's just so like just the syllable, like it just hits so hard. I've
noticed that like very I don't know if it's just like my preference of music, but using like I'm guessing that song from like the 90s or like 80s rap or something like old school rap. I'm starting to notice that that's very common now to include like 80s 90s rap vocals and samples in like a hard track. Like 6 Sense do it a lot, or not a lot, but they've done it a couple of times, and a lot of their sets include that. And sort of you're doing that, and there's a few other artists that have implemented that. Do you know? I guess as someone who does that, do you know why that's a thing, or is it just because it just sounds cool?
It sounds so bloody cool, man, and it makes it not tacky, and it makes it more timeless. Because if you have like an EDM like new vocal like 3, 2, 1, you're like, this is so shit. But yeah, like if you can find like a good old vocal, it's just never gets old, man.
Do you have any that's in the works at the moment, or like any vocals that you sort of are looking at that you enjoy and want to put in a track?
Heaps. Yeah.
What's one that's like, what's like a standout for you?
I got one that's like it over and over again, it goes like this, like that, like this.
Oh really?
Like that, and it just works fucking so well, and I can just imagine the crowd just going like, this is the fucking tune,
because there's one vocal, I think, I don't know if it's the same one, but it's like a rock like this. Have you heard that vocal?
Remind me how it goes. Exactly, and do it like that.
No, I don't think I can. It's like rock like this. Like I think going back to 6 Sense. I think it might be one of their unreleased tunes because I can't find it anywhere. It's like rock like this, rock like. It's like that.
Sounds
I think.
mad.
Yeah, but I think it might be the same one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
It could be,
right.
but yeah, I know because I've heard that in their sets a couple of times, and that's a sick vocal, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's very common now, using those like old school rap samples in a hard track like that.
Yeah, it's fucking best, man.
Yeah. Do you remember your first proper gig?
Yeah, man. It was at the Ivy, and I was shitting bricks.
Was that like, what sort of music were you playing? Because Ivy's very selective with the words.
Yeah, it was back in the day. So back in the day, warm-up artists played disco house. So, or no, new disco, so it's called. And like, which is nothing what I wanted to play, but I just wanted to get my foot in the door. And I remember I had CDJ 1000s, so like they're literally on CDs. And shitting bricks one when I got on the stage, and they're 2000s, of course, and I just had no idea how to use them.
Is there a big difference between the 1000s and the 2000s?
The old 1000s, yeah, like the screen is tiny. You don't see a waveform; you just see like little sticks, like that represents the waveform. And yeah, I was shitting bricks. By the way, no one was there, so I was shitting bricks just for playing to my girlfriend, a couple of her friends, and The promoters.
That's nerve wracking. They're praying to promoters.
It's like now it's the complete opposite. Like, don't get nervous at all.
Don't get nervous at all. It's just like you got to overcome that barrier of like rejection and like that sort of stuff. But playing to the promoters would be nerve wracking because like if you mess up, you're not coming back.
And I bet you I messed up so many times. I was like,
did you get back?
Good? Someone from that event had me for a paid gig because I wasn't even a paid one.
Right.
For a boat cruise, and that was the best. And and again, I was still so nervous, and but loved it. Thought I was the man afterwards as well.
What year was this?
Oh, like 2012, I think.
Oh wow, 2012.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty old.
I would not have guessed. Wait. So how old are you?
39. No, 33.
Far out. Are you serious? I thought you were like 23, 24.
Really? I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even have good skin. Like,
I mean, you look young. You don't look. I mean, I did not realize that you were 33. I thought you were 24.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
So does my wife, actually.
Oh wow. So you're married.
Married.
As well?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm finding out so much about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I mean. This is what the podcast is for.
Yeah, man.
No one knows that you're married, nor does anyone know
True,
that you're 33.
True. Yeah. I mean, that's the good thing about like techno though, is that you can be any age. Like buddy Carl Cox is 60. You know.
Yeah, he's been doing it for time though.
Yeah. And like it just proves like how timeless techno is as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But one thing that's different now, being older, is I'm finding that like when I was younger, you bring all your mates to your gigs and you're all peers. You're all going through the same things and all that. But like going to gigs now, I don't want to say I feel like an uncle or something, but I'm definitely like. I find myself giving advice and things, like I'm just that little bit different. Like I'm not trying to be a kid,
right?
But yeah.
So how long have you been DJing for then?
In that time, like since like 2012.
And producing?
Producing, since like 2010. Producing.
Oh, so earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, but you've only been started putting up tracks since as of late, like from what I've seen at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I had a EDM project before this. Yeah.
Okay.
And
under the same name?
No. It was called J Karama.
Okay.
That was the name, and it did pretty well. Like I had a good little career going there. I just sort of fell out of love with it, and
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it took me by surprise. I thought you were a lot younger, but
yeah,
that's on you.
Make yourself in time, hopefully.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you started producing 2010, playing 2012.
Yeah.
Was it always? So when did you play your first like techno gig? Because obviously Ivy was like as new disco.
First techno gig is recent. So I think the first one technically counts as techno because they wanted me to play techno, but I always forget whether it's Ben Gerrans or Ben Gerrans. Great guy, by the way. He had me on for his show, which is always like a sellout.
Yeah.
And they just wanted me to play techno, so that sort of counted. I felt very old there though, because his crowd is very, very young. But then after that, I more real like techno. It was like Stolen Goods. They put me on.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was pretty fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what's like a memorable moment from like on it? What do you remember that Ben gig or Ben?
Yeah. Do I remember it?
Like, was there anything memorable in that gig? Because it was obviously, you said it was your first like proper techno gig.
Just that I was absolutely loving that I didn't have to play fucking like Ed Sheeran mashup over something, just crap. I could actually just play cool shit, and they like it, and they got their sunnies on, and they're like,
What were you playing before that? Like still like disco, new disco sort of stuff?
No. Like so back in the day, it was like full on EDM. Yeah.
And when was that? What were you playing? Where were you playing those gigs?
Oh, everywhere, man. I was all over Asia. All the main gigs in Australia. So main venues in Australia. So like from Ivy to Marquee here. Candies, that was called back then as well. Plenty. And the thing about the EDM stuff is like you could gig anywhere, because every single club, let's say it's in Albury, they just want EDM because an EDM set's gonna have all kinds of acapellas on it, and that the crowd love anyway. Whereas like techno, there's only so many clubs.
It's a bit niche.
Yeah.
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 Did you produce EDM music as well?
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What was like your biggest EDM gig then? Do you remember what?
Oh yeah. Okay. My best gig was a club in Korea called Octagon, and it's one of the best clubs in the world.
Right.
Well, they award themselves that anyway. No, but it's an excellent fucking club. Like the biggest DJs in the world all play there when they go to Korea. And that was amazing. It was like 2,000 people.
Well, what else is so great about that?
The sound, the lively crowd, because like Asian crowds really go off as well. So like it's just all round awesome. Yeah.
Okay, and is that your biggest gig?
Yeah.
That was your biggest at that time.
Yeah, I've been in front of I've technically been in front of like 20, 30,000, maybe more.
What was that?
I went on stage with Afrojack.
Yes.
Yeah, I was on stage with him in
shit.
Singapore and Taiwan actually. So twice I did that. Yeah.
How was that? Did you play, like, were you supporting him?
We just did a track together.
Oh, you did a track with Afrojack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, which I hate, just on record. So if you listen to it, don't judge me. Okay. I'm not allowed to say what I did and didn't do, but
okay.
Yeah, but that track sucks. Can I tell a funny story? Just a quick funny story about that.
Of course.
Is I was on the way to a wedding or something. No, it was after a wedding, and it was like a party bus that we were on, and my mates all put on like their playlist on the Spotify playlist on the bus, and that track comes on, and a lot of the people there didn't know I produced it. And it's just only my mates that knew that I produced that track.
Yeah.
And while it's on, some chick goes, "This track is fucking shit. Can we change the music?" And I was like, "Oh god."
Is that when you knew? Is that when you found out when like you told yourself it was shit, or did you already know like you didn't like it before that?
I didn't like it while we were doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just knew it was a good opportunity, and I at the time I really loved the drop of it.
What can we say the song on here, or is it?
Yeah.
What was the song called?
It was called Diamonds
With Afrojack and
Jay Kramer.
Yeah. if anyone's listening,
it's such a long time ago now. Like we're chatting about it now, but like it's never in my mind.
Oh really?
Yeah, like with like techno stuff, it's completely ground zero again. Like I've had it because that was 2017. I stopped it pretty much, and since then, all my buddies in the industry and that they've all got different jobs now, and even my manager at the time, he's got a real job somewhere, and so going back into the industry again, like, yeah, there's been literally no one that I could like.
Oh wow, yeah.
Go, hey man, can you like? There's some labels, sure, but they don't really have any pull with techno, so yeah.
So did you have a break?
Pretty much, yeah.
How long was that break?
Ages, like from 2017 to... Well, look, I was trying to produce in 2017, but just nothing could come out because I just hated everything.
Was that EDM?
Yeah. And I just couldn't, for the life of me, I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to produce. And then again, it's just like, American Pie. It was, the band girl all along. It was techno all along. And so like from late 2019 onwards, I started producing techno. And then once I was starting to get happy with tunes, I just started putting them out independently.
Yeah. I want to talk more about your EDM career. I don't know if it's like a dark past of yours.
No, it's not a dark past. No.
Or like a past that you sort of rather forget, because I didn't know that. I'm pretty sure many people that are fans of yours did not even know that you had a song with Afrojack. As much as you might dislike it, it's still Afrojack's still, a massive name. Yeah. Sort of like, I want to ask how'd you sort of get into that EDM side, and like, how'd you sort of start with that EDM side, and why'd you, obviously you chose because it's more commercialized. Yeah. But do you feel like you were sort of forced to start EDM, or was that like a choice that you made? No, so like when, in the beginning, it's just because I loved it so much. Okay. Yeah. But the issue with it is that every 3 months that tune is like unplayable. Everyone's over it. There's a new style, but in those days, like, everyone was just breaking new ground. Like, tracks were getting louder, sounding better, all kinds of different sounds. Like, when like dubstep
first became massive. Like those are sounds like no one ever heard.
Yeah, right.
And like to EDM's credit, that they were always pushing the boundaries. And as a younger producer, like I was always just trying to keep up with that. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a natural thing, really, because everyone loved it at the time. You know.
I mean, it's still very big today, if not the biggest. You got festivals like Tomorrowland, who are but even then, Tomorrowland is making its sort of way, and you see that it's recently started to incorporate more techno acts.
Yeah,
and EDM sort of isn't as popular as it was. Like I think you had Charlotte DeWitt closing.
Yeah,
last year, the year before, she closed the main stage, and like that's a techno act closing the main stage, which is like unheard of. It's always like the typical, what's their names? The duo that made Trym. I forgot their name. What's wrong with me?
Like Mike and Dimitri Vegas.
Yeah. They're usually the ones. They're Martin Garrix and stuff like that. And then you have Charlotte DeWitt, who out of left field just came up.
And it doesn't really work at Tomorrowland, I reckon, because everyone just looks bored. They don't
with EDM.
Yeah, no, with techno. Like they just they're not that right crowd, I guess, because like they just sort of just look unimpressed the whole time, in my opinion, anyway.
Because I've realized that a lot of the times in the Tomorrowland is like it's like the fan cams. They want to get the fan, they're waving the flag and singing the song and stuff like that. But with techno, you can't really have that because it's just like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so you can't really have that. So I guess Tomorrowland sort of commercialized EDM music in that sense, but they still do it really well. But it's very much radio music now. Yeah, I think that's. So how have you seen EDM change over your course now being in techno? But how have you seen EDM change from when you were producing it and playing it to now?
Oh, it just developed from, remember it was like blog house to fidget house to electro house to dubstep sounds on electro. Then again, it's just like every 3 months it was just like a new thing, like all the time. And for a while it was trap.
Yeah, right.
Trying to get myself in a trap for a while there, but
I remember trap.
Yeah, it just wouldn't come out. Like that Diamonds tune is technically trap, but it's crap trap.
Would Afrojack agree with that?
Maybe now. I don't know. I don't talk to him anymore.
Right.
Yeah, but I tell you what, one track, if people want to look up tracks, the one that I'm most proud of is a track called Keep Calm. Like everything about it's pretty perfect. Like the phrasing, the sound quality, it's like the loudest master I've ever done.
Right.
And that was a huge hit for me. That track's that Keep Calm. Everyone was playing it, from Calvin Harris to David Guetta to literally everyone was playing it at the time. And it had its 3-month stint. Just like,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just fucking everyone was playing it. And I wish Spotify was bigger back then, because I would have made so much money off it. But just no one listened to stuff on Spotify yet. So it's only got...
What was it, more like YouTube and stuff back then? Or
YouTube, SoundCloud, just literally downloading it and listening to it on iTunes.
Right.
Yeah. With a track that's getting played like that, who knows? Massive labels reached out as well for me to make another one. And again, I couldn't even. That's what, I was really trying in 2017 to like pop another one out. I just couldn't.
Yeah. Did that track hit the charts?
ARIA charts or
any charts, like any major charts?
Yeah, on Beatport. I don't know what it hit actually on Beatport. Now that I think of it.
Because I just assumed that if it's being played so many times by so many massive names, I'd assume that it might have hit a chart or something.
Yeah, no, yeah,
especially if it's EDM.
Yeah, I actually I'd say it hit. I mean, top 10 on Beatport, surely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember. But hey, got a number 1 recently.
Can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Saw that. Yeah. In techno as well.
Yeah.
Maybe techno was, as you said, it was all along. It was meant to be all along.
Oh, yeah. And like, it's so natural techno for me. Like, I've just got thousands of fucking tracks to... Sorry, I'm getting a beer here, ladies and gentlemen. I've got heaps of tracks to put out, and they just keep coming out with me. So.
Check out on the floor.
Like
alcoholics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fair enough. You see how many beers I can delete.
Sorry, YouTube, don't demonetize. I'm not getting money from YouTube, but if I do, please don't please don't strike my video. But yeah, you got number 1 with Can't Be Stopped.
Yep, loving it.
That was pretty cool. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a random chart though, admittedly.
Yeah, Beatport. I've heard like I don't know if it's like obviously number one anywhere is good and it's amazing, but how prestigious is a Beatport chart?
Oh man, it actually helps a lot. So I don't use Bandcamp because I want all of my DJ downloads to be on Beatport. If I can funnel them all there, because at the end of the day, so many DJs just on a Friday go on Beatport and download, like they'll go through the charts and download it. And I think that's just how all the big DJs are getting their hands on it. They just see it in the charts.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've been like supported, like your songs, music's been supported by some massive names out there.
Yeah.
Obviously, FJAAK being one of them.
Oh man.
How was that when you first? Carl Cox as well, as we were talking about, and that was insane. When I saw that, I was like, "Shit!" Like that's
yeah.
So Techno royalty, literally just being like, "Yep, here."
Mate, I was like, over the bloody moon with the FJAAK support, because like I'm FJAAK's biggest fan for sure, and I fully like met them backstage at the Ivy last year, just very briefly, sort of. Everyone was taking photos of them and stuff, and I like brush everyone off, and I'm sort of like, I just wanted to give you this USB, and there's a couple of tracks on it, and they're like, yeah, thank you, very good. We'll definitely listen, and I was like, awesome, man. And they're like, honestly, we will listen. They didn't listen at all.
Was Can't Be Stopped or any of your other songs?
No. I think I had Say You Wanna on there.
Yeah, right.
And I think something else I didn't end up releasing, but yeah, and then a year later they were playing Say You Wanna because they looked it up, from Pump This.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason how I got it to them was in the end was because do you know Eli Acula?
Yes, I've heard of her, but I don't know her in like specifically.
She's like really tight knit with them. I think she runs their label or something.
Mm-hmm.
Spandau and Spandau 20, and there was just a day where she was like, I need new tunes, send your tunes to this email.
Mm-hmm.
And like 2 weeks later, she downloaded it. And I saw that she downloaded it. And I was like jumping for joy because I was like, as soon as she plays it, FJAAK will
Most
hear it
likely
and
play it. Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. So Eli Acula played it. I was over the moon, saw it in my Insta stories. Everyone's like sending me it. And then I said to my wife, like, FJAAK, I'm going to play this next week. I guarantee you, and that's what they fucking did, and it's the fucking best.
Yeah.
Love it. Love all those videos and things. So, and it's what's shit though is they discovered it like a week after, or a week or two after their last stint in Australia.
Oh no! So they could have played it in Australia.
Yeah, and probably would have hung out, had a couple of beers or something like that. But,
that would have been a bucket list moment.
Yeah,
having a few beers with FJAAK.
Yeah. I reckon we should start a Aussie trio and call it FJAAK.
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 Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, you and FJAAK?
Yeah.
All right, FJAAK, if you're listening to this,
FJAAK. It's on the cards.
Yeah, because obviously, and then I think when I first saw your track being supported by a big artist was FJAAK and Can't Be Stopped.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're playing Pump This. I think they play like 4 of my tunes a set.
Actually, no. I think mine was. I didn't know at the time, but it was Pump This when Trym played in Sydney, like in March.
Oh yeah.
He played Pump This, and I was like, I fuck it with this song, and then I didn't actually know it was you. And then eventually, I was like, I found you through a couple other songs, and I went through Pump This, and I was like, wait a second, I've heard this before. So I went through like my phone and saw the video. I was like, holy shit, this is the guy.
Sick, man. Sick.
So yeah, Trym put me on you, technically.
Awesome. But
yeah, obviously, Trym supported your music. Carl Cox supported your music. Any other big names? I feel like I'm missing a few.
I mean, I had a video the other day of Patrick Mason.
Dancing to it. Yeah, with someone.
Estella Boersma. I always want to say, I don't even know what I want to say. Yeah, Boersma. Estella Boersma. She's really nice too. And super accessible, just like DMing your promos and that.
Oh, really?
A lot of these DJs are really cool. Like, you can DM them, and like, they just don't answer it because they get hundreds of DMs, but sometimes that it slips through the cracks, and you just get really lucky.
I want to ask that feeling because I feel like a lot of DJs experience that when their track gets played by like a massive name. What is that feeling like when a DJ on the level of FJAAK, a DJ on the level of Carl Cox? I feel like that's a bigger name.
Carl Cox is
what's
OG.
Yeah, what was it like I guess I'm going to rephrase that. What was it like seeing someone like Carl Cox play a track?
Oh, incredible, man. Never gets old. I was actually up the coast at my wife's parents' place, and I was like, I fully like chucked it up on YouTube. I was like, fucking have a look at this. Someone sent me a timestamp and put up on the TV, and fuck, it's just the best.
Showing the in-laws.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. They're like, yeah, whatever, mate. Yeah, get over it. But yeah, it means the world to me, man. And it's always like a stepping stone. It's like, it's sort of like my round 2 of music. So like, you sort of know how it works. Like, you know, you get the DJ support, and next thing you know, you just start getting more gigs and more people know about you. And like with techno as well, like it's I reckon it's pretty important to have that tip of the hat towards your music.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really good for your resume, because like if Carl Cox says it's good, then
people trust him.
Yeah.
And plus, yeah, you know, there's probably like at least a few people in that crowd who are gonna want to know the ID to that song, and then it just puts you on to more listeners and stuff like that.
Almost didn't release that song, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's arguably one of your more successful songs.
Yeah. What happened with that was I had it going with the Can't Be Stopped, like with the as a loop and like the kick and the percussion.
Yeah.
And I thought it was okay, but when because Morgrab released that Beastie Boys one, BB, I think you just called it BBMG or something. Mm-hmm. I was like, fuck, now I can't release this because it's similar. Like it's got a brass stab and like the rap vocals, but like I did like an Insta story once, like sort of flexing how many tunes I had, and a lot of the tunes that I'll just never release because I just didn't think they were good enough.
Right.
And the amount of DMs I got for Can't Be Stopped was just massive. It was like 100 DMs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like my following isn't even that big, but like my bloody DMs are on fire. And especially, but yeah, when I showed all those tunes and everyone's like, you have to finish this one. I was like, wow, this is going to be like, this could be fucking big, this one.
Well, it is.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
It's
and then I just finished it off. Couldn't come up with a breakdown for it, so I just copied and pasted it from an old project. So
the song that never actually nearly happened fully, like even the breakdown of it was even meant to be in that song.
No.
What was the original breakdown?
Oh, it was like a remix of Let's Jack. You know, sorry for burping, people. You know, I want your body, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It fits so well on that breakdown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have that version of it?
I would actually. Probably. It's in my old SoundCloud.
Right. Yeah, because that breakdown, I think it's a really good, like it's a cool breakdown. Like it's very spacey, and the way it comes. What'd you sample that off, that breakdown from? Because obviously that came before the actual full track.
I mean, I made it.
Oh, you made the breakdown.
Fully made the breakdown. Yeah. Just their 9th chords. Here's a trick for all you producers out there. Just like one day, just get any soft synth, go through all the presets, and literally export like a long 9th or 7th chord, like into audio, and then in your next project or same project, you put that audio into a channel and you just play those chords as like one note. Like so, like if you're going from say E to F, it'll cut off the chord perfectly.
Right.
You know, there's no decay or anything, and like that's what makes it ends up sounding really cool.
Okay.
And then put like an RC20 on it or whatever to make it a bit wavy, and then next thing you know, you've fucking got a hit. So.
Yeah, well, that was all gibberish to me, but
oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Someone listen. No, all the gibberish was a bit foreign to me. I always say this. I was telling this to my last guest, Todd, or not Todd, sorry, the Opera Da Vinci, and he was talking about like music theory, and I was like listening to him, just nodding my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get acquainted with some sort of music theory if I'm going to talk to all these artists, because like I'm going to start engaging in these conversations. Because what you just said was foreign, but hopefully someone listening, I'm probably going to clip that as some advice.
That's what you could. Yeah, it's so easy. And sorry, I feel so rude being on my phone.
No, that's right. You're looking up something for the pod, so it's not rude.
I think I'm going to come through with the goods here, as long as it kind of goes through. My old password works because it's on an old SoundCloud account.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because all that stuff you're mentioning. Yeah, as I said, I need to get acquainted with that. at least understand some of it. Because I just was listening and nodding my head.
Yeah.
Hopefully someone's listening to this understands that and takes that advice on.
No, they will. They'll understand it. It's an easy one, that one.
Yeah. Do you use that method for other things? For like other tracks of yours?
Yeah, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like, so when I said take like a day and like, and do all those chords, I'm still using those chords from like 2 years ago because I made like 40. So it's just unlimited. They all sound awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because anything that's a ninth chord or seventh chord just sounds fucking mad, you know.
Do you have like prior knowledge of music theory? Obviously, you said your whole family background was very musical.
Yeah.
Do you have like, did you do music in school or anything?
Yeah. So with guitar, I picked it. Yeah, nothing too advanced, but like, you know, normal theory. So
yeah, right.
Know how everything works really, but
We got the
all
track.
right, I've got it here somewhere. Fuck, I got some shit on here.
What alias is this under? Or is it just like a private account?
It was just a private account,
Yeah,
just
right.
with heaps of drafts.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Let's Jack.
It's meant to be the breakdown for Can't Be Stopped.
Yeah. So. So that's the drop, but here's the
breakdown. Oh. That still sounds pretty cool though.
Yeah. So I just copied and pasted that with new percussion, new vocal.
And then sort of made it towards the Can't Be Stopped and
Yeah.
added that vocal behind it. Yeah.
Sorry, that was pretty anticlimactic, wasn't it? It took me like 10 years to get it. And it was like 5 seconds of just rubbish.
But that's like cool because how long was that in the drafts for? Like 2 years, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just basically because I recognized it straight away as soon as it did that like little dip.
the little wave.
Yeah, I recognized that straight away.
Again, that's another benefit of exporting to audio because you can bend the whole thing.
Mm.
Like when you slide it down, it's not all these notes sliding. It's like individually. In MIDI, it's as audio, it's like all goes down together really well, and yeah.
Okay, sick again.
Yeah.
Hopefully someone understands that.
Yeah,
and we'll take on that advice. Yeah, because I didn't realize your career has been so long.
Mm.
Obviously, you had that. Did you go straight from EDM into techno? Like obviously, it says that 2017 is when you were trying to trial out EDM, and then you sort of like was it 2017 that you stopped?
Yeah. It was like 2019, late 2019. I was like, yep, techno's for me. Yeah. So it was like finding myself, you know, for a couple of years there again, where I was like, I was doing a bit of ghost production and that just to keep myself, above water, I guess. But yeah.
How did you sort of how did you like use your prior knowledge within like the EDM scene and what you were able to achieve there and like bring it into like the techno world and the techno scene as well?
I think like song structure, just like I still want songs. So, and I didn't know that was possible until like, again, full credit to FJAAK. Like I didn't think I was allowed to do that in techno until they did it. 'Cause they're like so fucking cool. And like, they still play Berghain and all that. And as soon as I realized I could like take what I've learned from EDM as far as like build ups and, you know, cool breakdowns and stuff, even good like synths and phrasing and things. As soon as I knew I could do that in the techno space, I was just like, yep, that's me. Done.
Yeah. Okay, so that's like production side, but in terms of more like your, I guess, just like like expertise and like your experience within like networking and building relationships.
Oh,
with
dude.
people. Is it a different world or is it the same thing?
It's the same. It's the same environment, but with different people.
Mm.
Yeah, because like I have no hookups with anything except just like based on my own product now. So like I have heaps of labels emailing me and like and things, but that's just through the just like having good tracks now. Like I just don't. No hookups, no, yeah.
So you went from like,
I went from like knowing everyone, like having good contacts and that to those contacts don't work there anymore. you know, or also times changing in that like some labels that were the absolute shit back in the day are not that useful anymore as well.
Is that because of the sound change or because like time?
Sound change and just what people like now, you know. Like even now, like so like in the EDM days, there's labels that have reached out that I would absolutely jump up and down and enjoy for.
Like a while back. Yeah,
but they've reached out like now, and I'm like, I'm not sure if it works in the techno space.
Yeah.
You know? So that's been a bit of a hard pill to swallow, like careful what you wish for kind of thing. Like I don't want to ruin my chances on playing at Exit Festival or Awakenings or something like that by going too crazy.
Yeah. Are you releasing your current songs independently or
fully independent? Yeah.
Oh, fully independent.
Yeah.
So like all the marketing, everything's done.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
It's really impressive that you're able to achieve that.
Oh, thanks, man.
Independently. It's like,
it's so sick. Honestly, I recommend it to everyone.
Really?
Yeah. Like every single, like even YouTube music. So for instance, there's people might see like videos on YouTube that say that artist name and it says topic next to it.
mm-hmm.
They're actually just songs from YouTube music, because like they want their own Spotify, and they pay really well. They pay like I think $8,500 per million.
$8,500 per million views.
Per million views, yeah. And like if it hits an algorithm, like you just
if your song goes trendy,
yeah.
Like is it just a topic? It's not just a topic one. It's like their YouTube music.
Yeah. So when you're independent, every little penny adds up to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm so fortunate now where like every month I just get to pay myself out of, because I use Ditto Music,
mm-hmm.
and they put the money into your account, their little trust account thing every month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a few times through the month, because like different distributors use different have different times. So like I think Spotify's middle of the month, and then like YouTube's like around the 22nd, 23rd. iTunes is like every 2 or 3 weeks.
And then every month Ditto pays you out.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And like once you realize like that's possible, it's just it's almost a no-brainer to be independent, man.
Do you think having a manager helps with like booking shows and stuff, or do you think that you being independent now, sort of like your booking shows is a bit easier?
No. I just want a big dick swinger to represent me. Like I don't want anyone like, I don't want to say small time or anything, but if I have management, it has to be someone that like just completely enhances things. I
think your Siri's gone off. You've triggered her.
Yeah. Man, she keeps going off at nighttime too, which freaks me out. Yeah. What's it saying?
You want a big dick?
Yeah, I want a big dick.
No context. No, you want
your boy a big dick. Yeah. Anyway,
no context. You want a big manager.
Clip that. They definitely help. Just with how Can't Be Stopped and Pump This is going, I keep getting like gig offers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had like five or six headline offers in Sydney for this month.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And like that was painful, like having to say no, because you can't do that many headline shows, you know.
I'm guessing some of them clash as well.
Yeah. So like lately they've just been coming in, but like if someone really good comes along, and it's not just management. Like the main thing is booking agents. Like I would love a really good booking agent in Europe. That's the goal at the moment. Is,
100%.
Like I just want to have. That's what means the world to me. Is like going over there, doing like 30 dates, coming home.
Yeah, having 2 homes.
Yeah, like going to the gym twice a day when I get home to work off all the fucking beer and pretzels that I was eating. But like, yeah, and then just go back and that's what dreams are made of, I reckon.
What's your dream venue? Not festival, because I think
venue. Yeah,
I think Awakenings. You've already mentioned that Awakenings is potentially your dream festival. Would you say?
Yeah.
What's your dream? What's your dream venue then?
I think Berghein's too cheap to say because that would just be everyone's.
And it's very elite.
Yeah. It would be good to have that as a notch on the belt. I don't know. So many look really cool. Actually, it still counts as a festival though. I really love this Stone Techno festival that I always see, and it's always in like an oil mill or something. I don't even know if oil mill is a thing. But anyway, it's
oil rig.
Yeah, no, it's not an oil rig.
No, not an oil rig.
But it's just like a factory thing. Venue then would be.
Even I'm trying to think. I can't even think of any. Cool
Can I tell you? I would love fucking Enmore Theatre.
Really?
That's a massive bucket list. Yeah,
really?
I would love. Yeah, I would love to just sell out Enmore Theatre. That would be sick.
Why is that in particular? Like,
I don't know. I think my first concerts were there, and as a kid, and I think it's a really cool like bucket list venue for someone that's proud to be from Sydney and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you want that to be like your own? Would you like to want to be there? Let me start again.
Yeah, you're right.
Would you want that to be your own show, or like you sort of like on like a lineup?
No, my own show.
Your own show.
Yeah, and then I'll put on people that I'm friends with to.
What's the capacity of Enmore?
I think 1,500.
1,500. Yeah, it's like Liberty Hall.
I keep hearing about Liberty Hall.
Have you been
I haven't
there?
been there yet.
No, it's a great venue.
Yeah,
I didn't know about it until Trym this year.
Yeah, right.
And
I was gonna meet up with him there, but it was too hard for me to get there.
Oh, really? Yeah.
In time anyway. Going from one place, I forget what I was doing, but I couldn't get there in time. And he was only there for like 10 minutes or something before he went on. He was running late.
Yeah, actually, I had Luke Harvey on, the guy that runs Animal House and hosted Trym, and he said that Trym they had to pick up Trym personally from the airport because like time scheduling and stuff. Because I remember, they were running a bit late on that night because a lot of the acts were pushed back like 10-15 minutes. So yeah, Trym was running a little bit late, but doesn't matter. The night went longer, so it was better for us. But yeah, then I went to see BLK there.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Liberty Hall. But yeah, that's a cool. He
seems like a cool dude.
BLK, yeah, he's a great dude. Any one of those, like they're all like seem like they're really like down to earth people.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Like,
yeah,
fame doesn't get to their head.
Yeah, because I
think
think
you see with most like other A-list celebrities and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, in the techno space, everyone's pretty like a little bit trendy, a bit hipster, a bit bohemian, you know. But and I think being nice just comes with that. Yeah.
No, I think I can appreciate the most about the scene. Obviously, you're gonna have your bad pick of the bunch every now and again.
Yeah.
I think overall, especially the artist side of it is like everyone's very supportive and everyone's like more than happy to help someone out.
Yeah.
Here and there, and like when they have to. So it's like the beauty of it. A lot of people. I guess it's like a stereotype of techno as well. It's like everyone loves each other.
Yeah.
Everyone's like friends and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Man, this time around, like the people I'm meeting, it's just been like so bloody wholesome. Like just meeting all these, like they seem like real fans, you know. And that just absolutely makes my day.
What's the biggest discrepancy between that and the EDM scene? Have you witnessed the discrepancy between them?
Just more vapid.
What does that mean?
Like more no feeling, like less feeling.
Right.
Like
as in like
I think because it's less I would view it as, you know, this might be controversial, but I would view it as less artistic.
EDM?
Yeah, so it doesn't evoke as much emotion from people as far as like fandom, I reckon. I don't know. I think techno's that little bit artsier, so like your fans are a little bit more invested. Yeah, because I just like the spectatorship's like really high as well. Like you're selling like bloody hard tickets. Like I've only got say like I've got 2,000 and something followers on Instagram, but like I think like Footwork last week we did like 200 and something tickets. So yeah, like this spectatorship, the fandom is way higher quality from my experience. Yeah. Anyway, because you just wouldn't sell hard tickets like that back in the day. I know I couldn't have.
Oh really? Even like with the status that you had.
Even with like it was more about your resume and then playing to a large crowd and appeasing that crowd. Whereas now, like for me, it's been just awesome. I feel like I'm a band or something, you know. You know, like they actual hard tickets. Like it's very cool. I think bloody honoured by it, to be honest. Yeah, no, I think that's like a testament to the whole scene because again, like I don't know if it's because you and I are like people are more involved in it, but there's a lot more like it's like I guess you can call it grassroots. Yeah, like there's a lot more local artists that are like so popular and they're sort of like treated like I guess celebrities in a way. Yeah. Whereas like with EDM, it's like you just have the top and then you just have no one else. Whereas with techno, it's like very much like 100%, man. That's that you're exactly on the money there. Because like for example, like Tomorrowland, going back to them, they literally have the exact same lineup every single year. I reckon they've got really long contracts or something.
Maybe
Because there's really out of date DJs that play that probably shouldn't be there anymore. And I'm not trying to be harsh or anything. I'm just realistically, like they're just not as relevant.
old news.
yeah, like they're not releasing, relevant tunes, or they haven't released tunes in a while. They probably shouldn't have that main slot or something. I think they end up. I think I've sort of heard rumors that like they take a pay cut and they go, but you got to have me on every year for 5 years, kind of thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
So,
the
yeah, I
business
guess-
of it's pretty full on sometimes.
But I think that's also about Australia in particular. Is that like, if you look at like our major festivals, there's always such a diverse range of artists, especially local artists.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
Like if you look at like Pitch, for example, Beyond the Valley at the end of the year, Lost Paradise at the end of the year.
Yep.
Even like things like Splendor, even like other acts like Yours and Ours. I'm just talking about Sydney in general, but like Listen Out, they're still incorporating like very local techno acts and stuff like that, and I think it's awesome.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and it gives them the platform they need and they deserve, and then it also gives everyone else to like sort of see them.
Yeah, and all these like young guys and girls out there that are doing these events are just impressing me so much. Like
even like the weekly events, like
Yeah,
all those
yeah.
like different collectives,
collectives,
Yeah.
So impressed. Like I was so impressed with the footwork guys last week. They were just they're real young, but they're so professional with their emails. They made sure I was comfortable. We had a great time. We went to the pub beforehand. It was brilliant, and like they're really trying to put on a good show. They had great, good quality decks on. Everything was perfect. And they're so young, and just like you said, like it's very grassroots. Like, and they had a very local lineup, and it was very cool. I'm very impressed by everyone lately.
Yeah, I think that's a good point you make. Everyone's local. Like you'll have like an international here and there, but like even now, like you see local acts selling out.
Yeah,
Like
it's exciting.
like Saturday nights and stuff like that. Like you look at an act and you're like, there's no internationals, but there's this artist, this artist, this artist. And you're like, yeah, that's a sellout. That's a sellout. Like you're obviously gonna have like your internationals that come around, but even then, like it's crazy that so many local lineups and local artists can sell out like a show. And like you're one of them.
Oh well, I'm not selling out just yet, but I would love to.
Headlining gigs and you're on the way there.
Yeah,
you're on the way. Yeah, what's been like your most memorable? Oh my god, memorable gig so far from in your techno?
When I played at Flinders recently, that I was not. I was gonna say like tears in my eyes, but I was getting close because I was on the train on the way there. And I was like, how's tickets going? And he's like, really fucking good, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I did not expect that at all. And I was like, I can't believe all these people have bought a ticket. Like 10 people bought if 10 people buy a ticket, that's amazing to me. And I was just overjoyed with that. And then when I got there, people bloody high-fiving people and taking photos with people, and everyone's so bloody nice. And I just fucking love it. And then when they could hear Can't Be Stopped and Pump This coming on, because I always mix it in quite slow. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, another burp.
It's the beers.
Yeah, too many beers. I've only had 2 so far. Like, because I mixed with those tracks, I mixed them in a little bit slow in that, like, the intro's a bit longer. Because as soon as I love when they hear the vocal coming. For instance, like, can't be stopped at all, and then hearing all these people scream to know that it's coming, and like goosebumps up the back. And that was my first experience, probably in my life, that
people react to your track. Like
yeah, and they're like over me and stuff. Oh, it's incredible.
Because the Flinders is a cool setup with the cage and stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm doing on Black
You're playing
Noir
there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Black Noir.
that should be fun.
How's that gonna go?
I think that'll sell out, to be honest.
Yeah,
Get your tickets now. Now.
Because like that's more like hard techno stuff. So do you think you'll have to change up your style? Or do you
A little bit. I'll drive it. I'll do a little bit more driving. But I sort of picture, because like for instance, like FJAAK get away with their stuff at techno clubs, but for me the vision is like to be like a harder version of FJAAK, really, right. And I can sort of flirt with heavier tracks with that for Black Noir. Yeah, and then like say if I did Lost Sundays, I would peel it back and go more hard groove.
Right. Do you think you can get away with like Can't Be Stopped at Black Noir, or do you think that's too?
Oh, I would have to. Like if I'm headlining, it's 143 BPM. It's a hard techno kick.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a hard techno kick. It's a clean rumble, but it's hard.
Yeah.
yeah, it's I'll play it at 145 BPM. It'll be fine.
A bit faster.
Yeah.
2 BPM.
yeah.
Much of a difference.
2. yeah. Hard techno and then slow down. Yeah.
But like, yeah. So what for that gig? Do you reckon what pace do you reckon you'll be playing? Like what BPM? Because that's 143. Do you reckon you'll play that earlier on in your set then?
Yeah, I'll start at 143 or something.
Yeah.
And then
Like over like
150.
150.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like playing around at 150, or is your like ideal range like 140 to 145?
What's that? Old El Taco saying something
Wanna
Los
have
Dos?
both?
yeah. I like both. Yeah. None of my tunes are 150, but that can change. Yeah. I actually find it way easier to produce faster because there's less gaps in between kicks, so you can do heaps of shit.
Yeah,
it's good.
Have you ever experimented with slower music, or have you always just been like faster stuff?
I sometimes slower music comes out of me, and I put it all into. I sort of started this thing called microface.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I was going to actually bring that up.
One of the tunes is called Schooner Matata.
Great name.
Yeah, I know. And it's the best track I've ever made, and it's got like
overall
in my life. Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, I don't know.
Is that your subjective measures, like your subjective opinion?
Yeah. It's the best chords I've ever written.
Right.
And for like a year, I didn't know if I wanted it for the Efesian project or not, because it's so bubbly compared to techno and that, and I just decided to separate it. That, by the way, I wasn't expecting anything out of Microface. I just needed it to, for my own sake, to just separate it from the techno project.
Yeah, right.
Because it's just way too different. Yeah, I might put stuff on there as well.
So you have two aliases basically.
Yeah, but it's not real. Like I haven't even opened that Instagram account, like to look at it for months.
You're not playing shows as the alias.
No. It's just
It's more like an outlet.
Yeah. It actually freed up my creative mind so much because I was trying to actually appeal. Like when I made that track, I was like, how do I blend this into my techno stuff? And it was actually getting in the way too much.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So as soon as I separated it, it was just like, fucking so many tunes coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite proud of that tune, but it didn't do anything. Like I didn't really market it or anything.
Yeah.
But whatever.
No, yeah, I literally only found out recently about that microface. But yeah, I guess that's as you said, you didn't market it well. You didn't market it at all, so like no one really knows about it. It's just on like a story on like your Efesian. That's all I sort of saw, but
I might just get rid of it. But like, it's a good
song. It's a good. I've listened to a couple. I think I heard that. I don't remember exactly what they were called, but
they
were cool. Like they're cool. It's
sort of lo-fi a little bit.
It's different to like where you're normally produce.
All those tunes that are on there, I think that's just 4. I made them all in a week.
Oh really?
Yeah,
yeah, that's cool.
Because lo-fi is so easy because like it sounds like shit, but it's fucking cool. So like you don't have to mix it as much and.
Yeah, it's very like steady.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's on a cassette player, and
yeah. What's like the future for Efesian? What's like the goal?
Oh man, I just want to keep it going, and I want to do a boiler room. I want to sell out Enmore Theatre. I tell you what, I want to, as a short-term goal, I want to sell it. I want to do Oxford Art Factory at some stage. I want as my own show.
That's a great venue in Sydney as well.
It is. I love the concrete in it and all that. But I just want to take it to the mountain, man. I want to play all the major festivals. I want to do every club in Europe that has me. Yeah, and just do it as long as I can.
As I said, I didn't know you had such a long career before.
It was short. It was a short stint. Yeah.
How long was that EDM?
It was serious for me from like 2014 to 2017,
right.
and then 2016 and 2017 is when it was like I was living more comfortably.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right, and then 2019 started Techno.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All that sort of stuff. Didn't know that at all.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know why don't say anything about it. It's just I just want to keep it like. I don't want anyone to think I've had any shortcuts and I also want the art to be separate.
Yeah.
I don't want to be associated with it.
The other one. With the other alias. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess no one until obviously, if anyone listens to this, no one's gonna know you had that.
Oh yeah.
I guess I mean, I didn't know that.
I didn't even, man, like, because so much time had passed. I couldn't even convert those old fans to come over, like, because like my Facebook was like dead, like I couldn't reach anyone. I had like, I think it was like 50,000 likes or something, and I could reach like 100 people. It sucked.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was gonna, I guess, we're about to wrap it up, but I want to ask, how different is the marketing compared back then to now?
You really needed a label back then.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was like for your resume, like for gigs and stuff. You really need a label. Whereas now you don't, and there's TikTok, there's Instagram, and you can just destroy and actually earn, reliable income
from those platforms.
Yeah,
and like different sources.
I suppose that part doesn't answer your question, but yeah, just the just how easily accessible it is to get your music to people's ears now, through TikTok and things like that. Yeah.
Because I think that's the main difference. TikTok for DJs now is like
which I haven't really figured out for myself yet. Like, because it's
neither have I haven't figured it out for the pod. It's such a difficult.
No,
platform.
I mean, well, that's how I came across you naturally. Yeah, on TikTok, which is cool. I want to be on there as much as I can, but I'm conscious of being too tacky. Like I've got like this 360 camera, and like I've tried to use that a few times. Yeah, but like, do you know how much of a dickhead I look in public? Like, for instance, like one of the videos is like where I put it in my mouth, and it looks ridiculous. But I've actually got to run through that supermarket, and people are not fond of it. And like when I was in the city doing it one day, getting the funniest looks from people, and I'm like, just do it for the talk.
Tell him, like, I couldn't imagine the social anxiety that kicks in when you've got that camera.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
the videos look sick, but like, I couldn't imagine.
A lot of them turned out kind of cool, but a few beers. I was having like beers during the day, and then doing all the footage. But the problem with it was that I was progressively getting lazier. So like by like 9 o'clock, I was like, oh fuck, I've still got to fucking make some videos. And then your inhibitions are gone. So like I'm running down the street with the camera in my mouth and shit, and I was like, what am I fucking doing with my life? Jesus Christ. I don't even know if I'm going to do that anymore, because I want to be taken very seriously as a techno artist. All right. So yeah, I'm confused what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's difficult to sort of say. I said with the pod as well. It's so hard to figure out, because like one video will go viral, or one video will do well, and then you'll try and replicate it as much as you can, and then that video just flops, and you just think like, what the fuck is like, what do I need to do? Yeah,
and sometimes TikTok just decides that as well.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about it, because I feel like it's so easy to go viral in there.
Yeah,
but it's also so difficult at the same time.
Yeah, my best video. So I spend money on an Insta360 camera, make myself look like a dickhead in public. It gets 700 views or something, and then I post a picture of Uluru, and it's got 110,000 plays on it. It's like TikTok's trying to take the piss.
Yeah,
and just I don't know.
I think it's the shortest attention span of people nowadays, because like they see Uluru and it's like that they want to get hooked on straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a difficult. Yeah, social media is difficult to crack.
Yeah, I want to do. I don't know. I'll figure out something cool, and I'm gonna look cool, and everyone's gonna love me. No,
you should bring that 360 camera into one of your sets.
Yeah, I'm so afraid of it getting fucked up though, because like for instance that Flinders gig, yes, it was a great gig, but like 15 minutes in, a dude. He was so cooked. He was on another planet, different dimension. But he's like seen the jog wheel of the deck and put his full beer on it, like as if he thought it was a coaster or something. And then it tipped over like this, soaked the fucking deck, soaked the deck. I was like, oi! I was like, this yours? And he's just like in another planet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, the deck's still working. And then like the song played for a little bit longer, and then after that it fast forwarded through the song live. Went to the next track, fast forward through it, and the crowd's just like, what's going on? And I was like, it was him. Because I want people to know I wasn't fucking up.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. Like the crowd were like, get him out. Get him out.
Poor bloke.
He didn't bother him. He was just like, get him out. He's like, he has no fucking idea, this guy. Yeah.
Cheering for himself.
Yeah, what a dickhead, man. But yeah, like having an Insta360 camera, I'd be so nervous of just people fucking it up.
Is it just like you just hold it in front of you, or is it like a bit of a stick that goes up?
You can put a stick on it, but I can just imagine someone just fucking hitting it or whatever, and you're like, there it goes. There goes my DJ feed, just fucking out the window. Got to get.
You probably need like a couple people monitoring it.
Yeah.
Or like some people surrounding it to make sure that no dickhead is like doing something.
Hire a bouncer for it.
Or like get like a group of friends or something just to surround it. Like one person in the middle and then like a shield around it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
They're fucking cool cameras though.
I feel like that'd be cool to set. But yeah, as you said, it's a bit risky with like all that sort of stuff.
I could give it a crack though. We'll see. I like not worrying about things when I play though.
I could imagine, 100%.
Yeah. I've got to set this camera up and then I've got to put my USB in and stuff. Like,
the less to worry, the better.
Yeah. I love being able to like turn up to decks, and it's like, for instance, like they got when it got soaked, even though it was very challenging to keep playing because that deck was completely gone. It's not my problem. Like, it's someone else's deck, so
that's the shit thing as well. It's like it ruins. It's probably out of someone else's pocket.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you can, it's just one less thing to worry about for me though. So, because I do not understand like laptop DJs and all that. Like, why would you want to take your laptop into a fucking club? Like your pride and joy in a club.
Play so many files and they're not just the music.
Yeah, I had a mate. He was playing at the Ivy, like either sub headlining or something, and he was using like a controller with his MacBook, and the fucking bass made them because it made the laptop shake so much. It shut down the computer live. Could you imagine? Oh,
that's like a few minutes of setting it, rebooting it. Yeah,
even that makes my heart jump.
Yeah, that would have been horrible.
Yeah,
he's probably not getting booked again.
No, he gets booked. Yeah, I think after that, I think straight after that, he started using CDJs.
Oh, really?
Like, life is so much easier.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And you also stare at the laptop too. You're not with the crowd. Like Bon Scott for AC/DC isn't going like checking like to the side and that he's with the crowd. CDJs like let you do that as well. So
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've had a great conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it's been.
Yeah.
Time flies when you have these.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
That's all right. He's dropped a few disco biscuits as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joking.
Not on the job.
They're not good for you.
Not on the job.
Yeah.
I'm already drinking on the job as is.
Yeah, but we're staying trim because we got pure blondes.
Yeah.
Low carbies, baby.
Okay. Obviously, guys, thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you guys made it through all that. Obviously some great conversations. Yeah. Thank you for Efesian for coming on. If you guys obviously want to support him, all of his links will be in the description. Obviously, besides that, make sure you like, subscribe, and share the pod around. It obviously helps out a lot to anyone that you share around. Obviously, besides that, thanks to Efesian for coming on, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thanks, Cease. Before you go, I just want to say, man, what you're doing is really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
Make
that.
sure you keep going, man, because I'm watching. I watch every episode.
Oh, shit. You watch or listen?
What? Oh, watch.
Watch? Oh, wow.
Bit of both. Like, I'll leave it watching and
then you listen to the rest of it.
Yeah, so I just want to say, keep it up, man. You're doing a really good job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Helps
All
a
right.
lot.
See you, man.